Where is the world headed? It's an interesting question without a very good answer. A lot of people may point to the rise of new technologies as AI as a sign that we're moving towards maybe an era without human labor where everything will be done by computers and robots and people will live in a near communist utopia. Everyone will get paid the same, the government will support them, and robots will do all the work and people will devote their times to passion projects and to creative arts. Other analysts point to the rise in recent warfare and cite that tensions escalating in the Middle East, Russia, and China are grounds for what could spark the next world war, potentially wiping off more than 20 to 50% of the world population with unforetold consequences if the conflict goes nuclear. While these questions are interesting to examine, one of the most important factors to keep in mind when trying to analyze the world is that there is no correct answer, that multiple truths can be honest at the same time. So, for today's briefing, we're going to quickly examine some events and see what the new year may hold for us. So, first and foremost, we're going to go straight to the United States, where there has been two recently very important events. One of which was the United States Treasury Department got hacked by a group affiliated with China. Now, the repercussions of this hack are currently unknown. Whether or not they stole information that would be materially harmful is maybe not really the main issue as much as the fact that a government agency was hacked, that a government agency could be subject to such an attack, a hack which had been precedented before 4 years ago by a Russia affiliated group. But this one is more recent during a time when China's new military inventions and buildup is causing a lot of concern. So that will be interesting to see how it unfolds. In other news, when it comes to overseas, in Russia, there has been new sanctions levied against them for election interference and against Iran as well, while Russia has rejected Donald Trump's peace plan, calling it laughable that he could end the war in 24 hours, as he proclaimed beforehand. As for Iran, they have proclaimed that there is a new proxy group in Syria that will go to war with Israel. However, this is yet to be seen, as this group has not yet acted at the time of this recording. Just across the coast from Iran, Yemen, the Houthis have been struck by the United States military for attacking Israel with missiles. The Yemenis, in kind, have said that these attacks will not cease until Israel's siege of Gaza has ended and the siege is lifted, which is extremely unlikely. As for Israel, Israel is now proclaiming that the war is going to be a long one, that the 15 months that have passed on is not long enough, and that this is a war that could take much longer. And it is unclear how long this war will take, but there is a good chance it will cross well into the 2, maybe even 3 year mark, as long as Israel is funded and they still find reason to continue war against Gaza. The war will never end, as there are no meaningful groups which can really stand up against them other than Iran, but Iran is severely handicapped by the fact it lacks nuclear weapons, and Israel is a nuclear power who cannot be contended with until Iran can have nuclear capabilities themselves. As for some predictions, I predict that there will probably be another attempt on Donald Trump's life. Whether or not it will be successful is a different question. Most likely, I believe it will not be successful. I see the wars escalating, considering all of the new tensions with Russia cutting now underwater cables and Estonia deploying warships, who is a NATO member. I see China trying to move closer and closer to its ultimate ambitions of capturing Taiwan, and I see some economic problems. The stock market had a little meltdown this week, and the trend could continue well into the new year and cause great economic burdens at a time when most people are struggling to find work during the rise of AI. It will all be interesting to see. Thank you for sitting with today's daily briefing. See you next time.